So you may have just signed up, or maybe you're just researching Freedom Debt Relief and you're wondering how the process works. How much is Freedom Debt Relief going to charge you? Can you be sued while you're in a Freedom Debt Relief program? And what's going to happen to my credit? We're going to cover all that and more, so let's get started. Welcome to the Ascend Finance YouTube channel, where we cover debt relief companies such as Freedom Debt Relief and help you understand the costs, how it works, pros and cons, etc., to help you make the most informed decision to get you out of debt cheaper, easier, and faster. My name is Ben. I was the previous CEO of a debt relief firm, so I have a pretty good understanding how Freedom Debt Relief works, the process, and how it helps you get out of debt. So this is what we're going to cover in this video. First, we're going to cover how does Freedom Debt Relief work, the day-to-day, kind of get more granular. And then second, we're going to cover, should you hire a debt relief firm or should you actually settle the debt yourself? Also, if you like this video, I always appreciate a like as it's encouraging to me. And if you want other videos to help you get out of debt cheaper, easier, faster, please subscribe as we make new videos weekly, and hopefully it helps you be most informed about your options. So how does Freedom Debt Relief work? So Freedom Debt Relief is pitching something called debt settlement or debt relief. And what a debt relief firm does is it tries to negotiate your balances on your debt for less than what is owed. Now, let's take an example of a $10,000 debt. The debt relief firm may try to negotiate down to, let's say, $5,000 and then charge a fee of $1,500 to $2,500 to negotiate that account. Now, what's important to consider is that your accounts do fall behind if they aren't already behind often. And the reason why that is important is because your credit score may be impacted if you go this route, right? And sometimes when your accounts fall behind, they go to a collection agency, and a collection agency might want to sue you for that unpaid debt. So there's a lot of things to consider, but that's the gist. They're going to take your accounts and they're going to try to settle it for less than owed. That's why maybe you're paying $1,000 a month on your debt. Now, maybe you're paying $500. And that's why you're getting the savings estimates, because they're basically saying you're going to be paying on a lower balance amount. So you're looking at this option and you're thinking, okay, what exactly do they do? Okay, so let's get more granular into exactly what Freedom Debt Relief will do for you. So once you sign up, or once you're on the phone, they may give you a quote of, let's say, $300 a month for 36 months. What exactly that going towards? Is that going directly to your creditors, or is that going somewhere else? So generally what will happen is that money, you'll stop making money to your creditors, stop making payments to your creditors, and put money towards a special purpose bank account. It's not going directly to your creditors until those accounts are settled, not directly, right? They're not negotiating them up front. It might take 3, 6, 12 months to get a first settlement. Generally, it should be probably in the 3 to 6 range, but it's important to know that it's not going directly to your creditors. Second, those fees now start to accrue. Let's say you're putting $500 a month into this special purpose bank account, right? Your accounts are going behind, and that's when the creditors could start calling you. Now, Freedom may send a power of attorney to your creditors that say, contact us, not you, but it's important to know that you might get collection calls, right? Let's say after 3 months, you have $1,500 in that account. Maybe now it's time that they start negotiating with one of your creditors. They may start calling those creditors and saying, okay, face a financial hardship, and this is what we can offer you. They may come to an agreement, and then Freedom may reach out to you and say, we have this agreement in place. Do you accept it or deny it? Now, if you accept it, what they will probably do is take some of those funds from that special purpose escrow account as a first payment towards the settlement. Often, there's lump sum settlements and structured settlements. Lump sum settlements is generally one payment. Structured settlements could be 12 to 24 payments. And so often it'll be a structured settlement if you don't have a lot of cash available up front. So let's say they make a first payment to that settlement, and then they may take a majority of their fees, right? I think a lot of debt relief companies pitch to you, they don't take their fees until the first account is settled, but they may take a good portion of those fees after that first account is settled. So where do you see all this information? I believe Freedom Debt Relief has a client services dashboard where you'll see all your accounts, how much has been settled, how much is in process. So you kind of get a sense of where the system is at. Now, the 3 things that we're going to cover in a different video is the cost of the services that Freedom provides, the lawsuit likelihood of your creditors, and also potential credit score impact. Those are things that are important that you may want to consider when thinking about a debt relief firm. Now, let's talk about you have maybe more than one creditor. What happens? So after they do that first debt settlement, they settle that first debt, they may start to settle them one by one until all your accounts are settled. So maybe it may take another 6 months to settle the next account. It often depends on how large the balances on your accounts are and how much money you're putting into the special purpose escrow account every month. Some of the most important things to consider when thinking about debt relief is these things, like what's the process, what's the cost, what's the lawsuit likelihood, what is the credit score impact, etc. Next, we are going to cover the question, should you hire a debt relief firm or should you settle the debt on your own? Now, with debt relief, you can hire a firm, but you can also settle the debt yourself. Now, hiring a debt relief firm can be a great option, but you may have to pay up to 25% of the enrolled debt in fees. So should you hire a firm to settle the debt or should you avoid the fees altogether and settle it on your own? We got this question so often at Ascend, and it's a really important question. So what we did is we built a free DIY debt relief calculator that I included a link in the description below that asks a few questions and then shows you an estimated cost, a duration, with or without a debt relief firm. It'll ask you questions that will hopefully help you understand which option is best for you. And it's 100% free, and not even an email address is required unless you want to chat with us about your options in a free evaluation. Now, we realize that debt is very stressful, and so we wanted to build a free, unbiased resource that allows you to compare options, all your options, whether you should hire a debt relief firm or shouldn't. And so hopefully this free resource will help you make the most informed decision about your debt. So what we covered is how does Freedom Debt Relief work and whether you should hire a firm or actually do it yourself. Hopefully this video is encouraging and helpful to you. Please comment below if we didn't answer any of your questions, and we try to get them back to you as soon as possible. If you like these videos, please subscribe. If you want any other information, please give us a call or text. We are available very often, 833-272-3631, and we can answer any questions that you have. I hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.